Hey gang, so it's been a while since I've done a video for you. The past couple have been Bath & Body Works Insiders videos, as well as one or two Bathing Garden Wax Tart haul and review videos. So it's been a while since, other than the Summer Sips collection, since we've been able to dive in and do sort of a fun, in-depth sniff and review. It's also been quite a while since I've done a soap review. Again, I regularly buy Bath & Body Works soaps, but I don't always review them if I'm just buying one or two here and there from the core collection. But when it's a full collection like this, or I think most recently, like, the Sweet Shop collection a few months back, where it's a full marketed collection and it's sort of fun and interesting, and if I buy a bunch of them, I think it can be fun to do the soap reviews. So obviously, they're not as in-depth or as complicated as candle notes or reviews, but I think it's still fun to do. So you see here, I have 6 of the 7 soaps from the Coastal Cool not antibacterial anymore, just the, I'm not sure what they're actually calling the collections. It used to be, home fragrance, and then antibacterial. I guess now it's just, soap collections. So there are 7 soaps that sort of, again, it's the Coastal Cool collection. It doesn't directly match the candle or the home fragrance names or notes. Sometimes they'll release similar collections. Sometimes they'll release straight up, duplicates. Like you've got a Twisted Peppermint candle and you've got Twisted Peppermint hand soap. With this, they are complementary, but they're not the same, which is also a nice sort of change. The one that is across all lines, of course, is Endless Weekend, which is a new signature scent, which comes in all forms, from candle to soap to shower gel to fine fragrance mist, everything across the board. So that one, of course, you can get in pretty much any form. But let's dive in with this. So again, as you see, there's 6 soaps in front of you. There was a 7th soap that I did not purchase. I just really was not a fan of it. And I didn't want to buy it and then, waste it just for the sake of the review. I'll also do a bit of a quick review on what you see here, the 4 of 6 from the Coastal Cool Wallflower Bulb Home Fragrance Collection. So, let's see here. I'm trying to get my notes together, because I also just want to be able to tell you the one soap that I didn't buy. So I'll first start with the first one I didn't buy. It's called Malibu Sunset. The notes on it are, let's see, peony petals, blooming jasmine, sweet lemon. It was just a little too floral for me. I don't love a lot of florals in my hand soaps. I prefer a little bit more fresh, airy, when it comes to spring and summer scents, generally speaking, for hand soaps. So I guess we'll start with the soaps versus the Wallflowers, but I do want to talk about those a bit, and the Coastal Cool candles just very briefly. So first, let's start with Perfect Beach Day. I really love the art direction that they've gone in for Coastal Cool candles, for the Wallflowers, and for this Summer Suds soap collection, which I think they may officially be calling it Summer Suds. Let's see here. Yes, okay. So, yes, okay. The notes on the side, I forgot they're on the side here. We've got Watery Melon, Sparkling Bergamot, and Young Coconut. So, again, they don't totally match the candles in notes or names, but there's some similarities, I think. So, melon, bergamot, and coconut. Nice mix. You see I have this one in the deep cleansing. It's fairly light. There's a good bit of citrus, which of course bergamot is your citrus. Whew, that's really good. And the melon keeps it sweet. The young coconut, it's not a super heavy, it's not overly tropical, actually. I kind of expected the Perfect Beach Day to be a little bit more of like their, orange flower, yuzu, husk kind of thing. But it's not, which is fine. This is, overall I'd call it like a mild, sweet citrus, I think is the main thing. Tropical citrus, I guess. Which I got it in the deep cleansing because I thought it was a good kitchen scent versus some of the other ones. So I usually go for foaming in the bathrooms and deep cleansing in the kitchen. Then we've got Pacific Cool Breeze, which again, I just love. I can't get over, I'll say it probably every single time I pick up a bottle of soap here. First of all, I love the newer formulas from the past couple of months. The packaging, they put the notes on it, which is really great. It's just more interesting looking, and it can be, visually more pleasing, basically. And I just think it's a really nice job done across the board here with the font and the photos and the colors and the different names. I think it's just really fun. This one, Pacific Cool Breeze, which reminded me actually of Pacific Coast Highway when I looked at it and the color of it, which was a candle from the Coastal Cool collection that actually did not go wide. But the notes on this one are Ocean Breeze, Sea Spray, and Jade Flower. It's a little more a cool breeze in the evening. So Ocean Breeze should keep it kind of airy and maybe a little astringent. Let's see. Oh, that's so great. It's very clean, sort of along your lines of your Rain-Kissed Leaves Dancing Waters, but not as intense. The Sea Spray gives you that really the clean, almost like a laundry kind of scent. The Ocean Breeze and Sea Spray both really do that. Very dewy, very wet and grassy, almost like a beach grass kind of. And then the Jade Flower brings you just a little bit of a sophisticated floral in there. Really like an evening breeze, really like I say, a cool evening breeze on the beach. It's not overly hot, it's not too bright, it's certainly not even really tropical. Just a really nice, dewy ocean scent, so I think that's really great. Then we got Endless Weekend, which a lot of folks have already smelled. I did my review for the Bath & Body Works Fragrance Insiders folks with the trio of the shower gel, lotion, and fine fragrance mist on this one. And I actually think they smell kind of across all different forms a little bit different. Even the candle as well, which I haven't reviewed but I have sniffed. The notes they say are summer blooms, blue waters, and sparkling citrus. Whereas the Endless Weekend actual signature collection, they also throw in things like raspberry lychee sorbet, a little bit more sweetness. But this one, they just really talk about blue waters, florals, and citrus. So you can actually see I've been using this one already. That's why it's a quarter gone. I sniff this one. I do like Endless Weekend Shower Gel. It's kind of sweet, slightly generic, but nice. And then the hand soap, it really, to me, honestly, it smells like a completely different fragrance. It sort of feels like they just love the idea of marketing Endless Weekend across all fragrance forms, and they picked fragrances that are similar to each other, but not actual matches. Not to say that it has to be a match, it can be complementary, but I think people who love one form will buy another form expecting it to be the same since it has the same name, but I really don't think it is. This actually seems much more musky to me. Perhaps the summer blooms bring a powderiness. Sparkling citrus, sometimes when they say sparkling citrus, it can be like a sheen or like a sheer musk citrus in there. Like the sparkling note, like you get that from Paris Daydream, I think has sparkling citrus in it, which of course everyone knows is sort of has a musk to it because it's more like a body fragrance, like a unisex kind of cologne. Blue Waters also, that can lean towards your ocean side where you get a little astringent or a little bit airy without being dewy or sweet. Yeah, to me there's something, there is a fruit in here. It's funny, on my hands, after I wash my hands with this, to me it smells like, I forget if it was Dockside or Lakeside, a candle that actually failed out of the summer Lakeside collection from spring 2013. There were two candles in there, Dockside and Lakeside. One of them was a dupe for Robina Waters and the other one was not. And it was really just like aqua blossoms and, water. And it had a powderiness to it, like a wet powderiness, which is what I get from this. And actually there's an odd sort of, almost like an intense sour apple or melon to this that I get, that it actually reminds me of when I was a kid, like Jolly Ranchers. Now, a lot of times we use Jolly Ranchers to describe things that are overly sweet melon or overly sweet fruits, that it's like a Jolly Rancher candy fruit as opposed to a juicy fruit or an authentic fruit note in fragrance just across the board. That's not what I'm getting from this, because it's not candy. It's actually really not much sweetness to it, but there's something about the kind of the sour tangy, maybe tangy is a better word, the tanginess of like a green apple Jolly Rancher candy that I get with this, like sort of a tangy sour with a bit of like a musky floral layered on top of it. So I'm actually not a real big fan of this. I wouldn't buy this again in the hand soap. I like it in other forms, but for me, I wish it was a little bit more like the raspberry lychee sweetness that you get from the shower gel. So that is Endless Weekend. Then we've got Citrus Sunshine. This one, I just love the bottle. Here we go again. It's just, I like the variety of colors across these and the scenes. It's a beach, it's a cool evening, it's just a weekend at the pool. And this one is, driving down with palm trees and the bright sun in your hair, in your convertible, just flying through life. Citrus Sunshine. They say sun-kissed orange, fresh verbena, and red grapefruit. Well, I hear those and I'm already hooked. I'm a fan. I love a lot of citrus things. Grapefruit is always nice because it brings a really, tartness to it that is a really unique scent. Orange is fine in most senses as long as it's not too candy or too cleaner. And fresh verbena, I love verbena. It always brings a nice green note, a little bit of wateriness, and just a really fresh, intense, kind of heavy, fresh scent. So let's smell this. And they've had many really, really nice citrus blends over the past few years. Citrus garland, and there were a few more that I just loved that were like citrus bouquets, I think. This is great. There's not as much verbena as I would like. I'd almost like it to be a little bit more towards like the Pacific Cool Breeze, where it had kind of a true, a deeper layer than just sort of the citrus fruits. But it's really nice that you can definitely get a true sweet juice orange, like kind of fresh peeled orange. You definitely get the grapefruit. It's not too strong, but it's there. Kind of like the pomelo grapefruit candle from earlier this year. And the verbena is there, just a little hint of like the verbena that you get from your lemon mint leaf, only sweetened up. So it's really nice. It could be better if they had like just something else to it. I'm not sure what it would need, like almost be a little herb or something to it. But still, really, really nice as far as citrus, and it's not just your standard lemon or your standard whatever. Then we move on to Coastal Surf and Sun. Let's not knock these on the floor. Okay. Coastal Surf and Sun. Looks just very, very light. You got this light baby blue. Again, you've just got like, you know, a sunrise coming through the beachy, sandy waters here. The notes, they say, are sunny coconut, sparkling pineapple, creamy vanilla. Doesn't really match the mood that they're going for, at least what I get from Coastal Surf and Sun. I expected something a little cleaner, cool, crisp, bright. Coconut, pineapple, vanilla is, you know, they've got a million coconut pineapple blends in their home fragrance, so let's see how this goes. It's actually really nice. It's light, light, light across the board, light. The coconut, I can barely smell it. I wish it was more like a coconut leaves, like a creamy vanilla milk would be really interesting. And I suppose it's vanilla. Sparkling pineapple. I actually don't really get, I wouldn't really get much pineapple or coconut from either of those from this. It's almost like a toned down, again, like Dancing Waters-ish, kind of just a fresh, clean, with a little bit of sweetness to it, almost like an orange flower kind of sweetness. I'd almost get a little bit more of a floral, maybe even a jasmine or something from this, like a less intense kind of oceanside, which is what the photo looks like, versus the notes they say. So I'm not really buying those notes, but it's nice. It's kind of like a slightly generic, just go through it, use it up, you know, not obsessed with it, but nice enough. You know, something that's not offensively strong in the hot summer weather. And then finally, Seaside Bloom, which again we've got the deep cleansing there to use in my kitchen. The notes on this one are California poppies, fresh apple, and water lily. So again, this sounds super floral, which I'm not always a huge fan of in soaps, but poppies aren't as powdery, musky floral as many other flowers can be. And of course, apple, I'm a sucker for most things apple if you've got that blended in there. And water lily as well, actually, is a really nice, you know, dewy, green, sweet kind of flower note. And this is actually very, very nice. Oh gosh, this one smells more refreshing and kind of invigorating to me. Like if they heightened this up and popped it even more, it could almost be part of like an aromatherapy collection, I think. Because a very unique blend. The poppies are there with your floral and your water lily, but the fresh apple, you don't immediately get apple in it. You wouldn't necessarily be able to pick it out on its own, but it is there with like kind of like that, just the bite of the apple, like that malic acid that is just enough to cut through the floral without being, you know, it's not like a sun-drenched apple, you know, orchard or drenched apple flower kind of thing. And the poppies are not as strong. It's very fresh, actually. It's not as strong as the Wild Poppies candle from the Provence candle collection. So really, really like that, actually. It's unique, not too overpowering. I'd say, actually, my favorite probably from these, let me give one more sniff to Pacific Cool Breeze. That might be the one. Citrus Sunshine is nice. These, overall, the collection is, I think they're serviceable. They're very nice. They're solid fragrances, but they're none that I'd be looking forward to next year, like must have. I hope they come back or stock up at the semi-annual sale kind of thing. And yeah, I think Pacific Cool Breeze, which is the Ocean Breeze, Sea Spray, and Jade Flower, actually might be my favorite. Again, sometimes when they're in your hands, if the staying power is too much or not enough, you can get sick with them. And, you know, opinions can change. So, but that's overall the collection. Again, I do think they're worth purchasing. They're a fun, bright thing for your bathroom or for your kitchen, and they do give you just a little something different from just your standard soaps that you're used to. And then quickly, I'll just run through here so this isn't super long. You see I've got 4 of the 6 Coastal Cool Wallflowers. I've got Beach Day, Turquoise Waters, Ocean Driftwood, and Eucalyptus, Mint, and Waves. The 2 that I did not have here are Palm Leaves and Sunset Beach. I've done an in-depth review of the Coastal Cool Candle Collection when it was in test phase back in late January, early February. I'll be doing a Fragrance Insiders review of a couple of the candles that'll be coming this week, just the mini candles. But just briefly to give you sort of what I think of the few that failed and came back, I might do more of a sort of history for those who care in the Fragrance Insiders video. But Eucalyptus, Mint, and Waves was originally called the Perfect Wave. It's actually very, very close to Eucalyptus, Mint, and Rain, if you smell that. It was a test collection a while back, and then it went wide this spring as Eucalyptus, Mint, and Rain. And also very, very similar to Black Sands from the Hawaii Home Fragrance Candle Collection. So all very, very similar. So that's that. Other changes, Ocean Driftwood was not a test fragrance. It just ended up releasing wide. And it's actually just a straight-up repackage of Mahogany Teakwood, which we all know and love for the most part, but it's in the core collection year-round. There were other scents they were testing that would have been more interesting to release as part of Coastal Cool. It was kind of, I think, a kind of pathetic move to just throw it in as Ocean Driftwood. And, you know, in one fragrance listing in the fall, they're saying, imagine yourself in a leather chair in a library reading, you know, in the midst of fall. And in this one, they're saying, you know, imagine yourself out on the ocean with, you know, in a boat with driftwood around you. It's just can't be both ways. It's one or the other, right? So that's where we get into it just being purely marketing. Beach Day I super, super love. I'll just quickly, well, I'll go back to that in a second. Beach Day I really love. It's very cologne-y, but really, really fresh and bright. That one did release wide. Turquoise Waters released wide. I didn't purchase it, but I'll do my in-depth review with the Fragrance Insiders video that will be coming in the next couple of days. But to back what I was saying, so they killed one that was called Pacific Coast Highway that was a really nice sort of oak mossy verbena note that was in dark blue similar to this Eucalyptus, Mint, and Waves. They renamed that one. They seemingly replaced the Pacific Coast Highway with Ocean Driftwood. So Sunset Beach is still here. Coastal Cool or Coastal Sunset is still here, whatever that's called. They killed my favorite, which was called Suntan, not to be confused with the suntan that you know from past seasons or that you'll see back as the SAS candle that comes out that smells like actual suntan lotion. But this suntan was in the same color glass as the Beach Day is here, and it was actually a package of 2011-2010 scent called Beachside that I really, really loved. That was like neroli and orange blossoms and I forget exactly how it was in there, but it was really fantastic. A little bit of musk to it. Loved it. That one kind of failed out. It was sort of like Beach Day or Suntan. They went with Beach Day, which is a good one. But so just really, really quickly, so we're not super long, I love now they actually include the notes on the little tags here, which is very helpful. And this one just says, blissful beach days are in this blend of saltwater, lemon leaves, and citrus musk. Really, really love this one. It's a must-have for me. I think Donovan, the bronze blogger, mentioned that we all know it's some young men's cologne. We can't figure out exactly what. He said it might be a Lacoste. I'm not sure which one, I forget. But that's worth checking out to see if that's the one that it is. Then we've got Turquoise Waters, which I didn't purchase the candle because it was just kind of middle of the road for me. And it says, it's a sure thing that this blend of sea spray, sunlight, and beach grass will transport you to the Pacific Ocean's turquoise waters. I really do like it. It's nice, but it's essentially a repackage of beach grass, which I think is coming back with SAS because it's from the Summer 2012 Boardwalk collection. Of course, Ocean Driftwood. They say an early morning walk along the coast inspired this blend of beachside oak, mahogany, and fresh air. I don't think that's exactly true. And then finally, Eucalyptus, Mint, and Waves. They just say, enjoy the ride of a lifetime with this blend of water, flowers, eucalyptus, and surf. Again, all really nice scents, but a lot of repackages going on here and slight renames. When I wish they would have come out with the Pacific Coast Highway and the Suntan, or just called it Beachside, as opposed to calling it something else and then killing it when it was in the test phase. But you know, that's what they do. They market, they see what sells, and then they send wide what they think will be most popular. So I just really, I love those. There's something about it, you know, sort of in your head where it's like, oh, this looks like the sea glass too. It's matching the frosted glass candle jars. And with the fonts that are it's the similar photos as the candles, and the font on this matches this. It's just really awakes the consumer in all of us, I'm sure, to grab up all of them across the collections, to have just a nice fun mix of summery scents that are a little bit different than your kind of tropical island mess that often is everywhere summer. So anyhow, long rambling video. I haven't talked to you guys for a while, I feel like, so I went on and on. If you have any questions, be sure, as always, please continue the convo over at facebook.com/TouchTheFireTwice. I always upload quick photos and things I find, even before I do my video reviews. Not sure what else will be coming. I don't think there's anything new really coming before the semi-annual sale. It starts in another week or so. Actually, yeah, I'm not sure when this video is going up, but it'll be starting Monday, June 9th, the semi-annual sale. And then sometime during the semi-annual sale, or right after, in early July, I think through July 6th is when it's officially supposed to run, the test stores should be getting in fall collection candles, which is bonkers to think that here we are, I'm filming this June 1st, and we're about to start smelling our fall candles. But when you think back, I was doing reviews for Destinations 2014 and Sweet Shop and Fresh Picked in December. So that was, at this point, just close to 6 months ago. So it's about time for us to jump forward with our fall collections coming in soon. So that'll be a lot of fun. Lots of hauls and reviews, hopefully, to come then with some great new products. And again, if you have any questions, hit me up. And until next time, take care.